Hi, Rich. Welcome to NACET.
Thank you, Russ. Russ, one of the remarkable things I find about NACET is your ability, and for NACET's ability, to really be the cutting edge, leading edge in how to do business incubation. Tell me a little bit more about this area.
Yeah, Rich, thank you for that question. So this is the funnel that we use to track clients as they're moving through the program. You can see we start at pre-incubation, which may be a 3 to 6 month time period where they're getting them ready for the program, really getting their business plan started and determining what goals that they need to accomplish. They then come into the program, quite a number of them pre-revenue, where they're developing the products that they're trying to get out onto the market. From there, we push them down into early revenue. These are companies that are beginning to sell items into the marketplace. They've got new items that they're developing and really starting to hire, and this is the stage we see a lot of them ramping up their employment. From early revenue, we want to see them come into a sustainable business model where they have good solid revenues, they've hired people, and we're ready then to ultimately graduate them out down into the community and be a permanent part.
This is a pretty exciting venture, NACET. It's had tremendous success. Can you talk to us about the importance of a business incubator and what it does in a community?
Well, you know, business incubators have been around since the mid-1950s. And the nice thing about incubators is that the programs can be tailored to meet the needs of the community. So there are programs, for example, for Native American artists, food incubators doing value-added food processing, high-tech incubators, which we are looking at promising solutions out in society. So incubators really create a way for an entrepreneur to do several things. One, they can protect their intellectual property, understand what that is, how that process works. They also really help with growing the management team. A lot of our entrepreneurs are technical experts, but they don't know how to grow a business. And that's an area that they need a lot of assistance in to be sure the business is strong as it starts growing and as they scale up. The third thing is job creation. We brought together in January of 2012 many of the industry leaders across the state at the Commerce Authority to talk about forming a state association and the importance of recognizing this need to work together. And the thought leaders there all agreed, so we now have a very active statewide incubation association that provides managers an opportunity, for example, every month to call in and just talk about topics they're dealing with, challenges they have, resources they may be looking for their clients. And then quarterly, we meet physically to really look at a statewide level what we have and how we work together as we move forward. Having come from running a program in another state that had a very successful statewide incubation association, I really felt that Arizona needed the same, and so I was happy to have NACET lead that effort, lead the collaboration, and even serve as president for the first year while we get the group organized. NACET has also been recognized by the governor's office for excellence in economic development in greater northern Arizona as well. Companies that incubate tend to stay. A recent impact study formed by NAU showed that out of 12 graduates, 10 were still in business and still here, functioning in the community, employing almost 100 people just last year. And so it's a very integral part of our community, very important, and our graduates come back. The very first company NACET ever worked with back in 2001 has multiple locations, not just in Flagstaff, and continues giving back to the community in an employment way.
I think the remarkable things about NACET is the economic impact it has in the region. I was just reading the economic impact study put together by Northern Arizona University Rural Policy Institute, which goes through a nationally recognized model called IMPLAN to look at that. One of the statistics data points was that NACET clients collectively generated $17.3 million in direct economic activity. Can you tell us about the other economic impacts on Flagstaff that NACET has generated?
You know, Rich, that's true. $17.3 million in direct economic activity actually led to a $31 million regional impact across northern Arizona. But the companies also continue to raise capital that they're now spending to get their products developed to market, thus creating even more jobs.
Russ, looking back over the history of NACET, of course, this is a major public investment in order to generate fairly significant private investment over time. Can you tell us about the return to the taxpayer for their investment?
Yeah, that's an excellent point, Rich. The city of Flagstaff, for example, invests about $500,000 a year into the program, and the infrastructure impact study showed that in 2011 alone, the city received over $680,000 back just in taxes generated. The study also showed that the firms generated $3 million additional dollars back in taxes to the community for that initial investment. In fact, in 2011, for every $1 the city invested in the program, the companies paid over $14 in direct payroll. The companies also generated over $45 of outside investment coming into our community.
Tell us a little bit about the companies that are incubating and growing, and what are the mission of NACET?
You know, you can walk down the hallways of NACET and you can see companies that are growing human skin and blood vessels. We have clients developing dual-axis solar tracking system that increases efficiency about 40% over stationary models. Advanced materials. One of our clients recently completed a box for Raytheon to ship missiles across the U.S. With ballistic armor. So, you know, these are not necessarily types of companies that you may expect to find in a rural community. The nice thing about the incubator is that for many of these companies, the R&D division of those companies reside right here in Flagstaff, while their headquarters may be somewhere else.
What do you see for the future of the incubator?
What you will see is NACET will strive to continue to be the model that has the greatest impact overall in the state of Arizona.